What's up, guys? So, we recently had some squat depth controversy outside of the realm of powerlifting for once, which is fun to see and hear about. Anyway, at Strongest Man on Earth, Brian Shaw's strongman competition, where he hosts a lot of the most elite strongmen in the world to vie for the title of Strongest Man on Earth. Mitch Hooper ended up winning the whole competition. He won by a lot. The significance of his placing in this event was ultimately insignificant, but it is where all the controversy is coming from because of the optics of the situation and the high squats. Now, though, the way I understand the squat apparatus was tailored to each individual, and they took measurements and shin angles, etc., the day before and set the machine to bottom out for each individual strongman in hopes of creating some fairness in regards to different heights of the athletes and builds, etc. And for Mitch Hooper's, when he was bottoming out the machine in competition, the squats were egregiously high. I don't think there's anybody debating that. And the way this machine is set up, you can basically, kind of high bar it and stay very upright and get your measurements and, be to a certain depth. I think they were looking for like a 90-degree angle is what they were getting their measurements from. And then setting the machine depth per the athlete based on that. But then the next day, when it's time to actually compete, instead of keeping that kind of vertical torso, you could put some lean into it and push your hips back, and you can bottom out that machine without nearly the squat depth, putting yourself in a much stronger position to get more reps. They were doing this for reps. And, Mitch Hooper did that. He has a video out. I have seen his video come across my feed. I have not watched it yet, so maybe his explanation of it is different or whatever. In my eyes, it's an athlete taking advantage of the rule set, the equipment, what's provided for them, and gaming the system to win a competition, which is what athletes do, which is what athletes have always done, which is what athletes always will do, especially at the highest level of a particular sport, and especially when there is cash prizes on the line. So I do not fault the athlete at all in this instance. That's just part of it. If you're a DB in football and you know that you can get away with holding the wide receiver to whatever extent of that hold is, you're going to hold the wide receiver. If you're a pitcher in baseball and the umpire is calling strikes 5 inches outside the strike zone, you're going to be trying to throw that ball 5 inches outside the strike zone and get those strikes. That's sports. That's what athletes are going to do. It is up to the promoters, the equipment makers, the rule makers, the referees, etc., to rein the athletes in and prevent issues like this from happening. I'm sure next year's Strongest Man on Earth, this will be resolved. And, squats aren't usually a thing in strongman. Like, they make appearances here and there. And I just, they didn't get this one right. It's hard to think this one all the way through. They probably thought they were making it as fair as possible, getting the individual athletes' angles and depths and things like that. But where there is a system that can be gamed, it will be gamed. In strongman in particular, as the rules tend to be a little more loose there, and a lot of the competitors are on that same level of, hey, like, nobody ask any questions, everybody be quiet, and just, if they don't say it's against the rules, it's not against the rules, and let's fucking wing it. So again, I don't fault the athlete here. I don't fault Mitch Hooper. This is on, again, the promoters, the referees, the equipment makers, the designers of the events, etc. And I'm sure it will be taken care of by next year in the next event. But anyway, what are y'all's thoughts? Let me know in the comment section below. Peace!